There we go. Well, that was a heck of a start. All right. Well, it looks like we're doing regime change, guys. You guys remember when he was the most anti-war president of all time? You guys remember that? You guys remember the most anti-war president of all time? How many wars? How many wars? How many have we started, and how many have we stopped? How much peace have we created in this world already, guys? Okay, we got. I think we got our camera working. I like when I get on. I get bots on Kick. Yo, what's up? I am really impressed in your specific games you play, and I see you have been putting effort to get more audience, and I will be glad to work on your channel. I'm not playing games here, bro. How do I do this? How do I do this? Boom. I'm back. I'm back, Troll Slayer. Kevin, I'm back. I may or may not have had my camera set up correctly to start this stream. That'll happen. I'm also watching this really bad 49ers Seahawks game going on right now. This isn't good for San Francisco. Oh, well, I don't know. It's getting better. Oh, they might score here. All right, anyways. What's going on, guys? Let's see. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah. So Donald Trump obviously has invaded Venezuela, bombed Caracas, and we're doing regime change because we're making America great again, like back in 1970. We're doing Iran all over again. So this should be good times. Let's say hi to a few people that popped in early. What's happening, Alan? Thank you for popping in and saying hi. Barbara, what's happening? Angela, good to see you. Kevin, good to see you from New Zealand. Pamela, good to see you. Pendulous, good to see you. Kevin the Troll Slayer, good to see you. He Hurts, good to see you. Christina and the Sun Go Squad, thank you for coming through and saying Happy New Year. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, we're doing regime change, guys. We're back to the 70s. We're doing some Iranian regime change, some Iraqi regime change. You know, anywhere that we can find oil, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. Remember when the oil? Nope. Seahawks just got an interception. Welp. Remember when that oil tanker? Remember when that oil tanker got grabbed over there in Venezuela just recently? You remember that? And they were like, "No, it was for the fentanyl. We're stopping the fentanyl." I love that right now too. You can see all of these people on X and on Facebook and stuff. All these Trump supporters, they're sharing all of this stuff. That's like, we're stopping the fentanyl. It's because of the narcotics. Maduro was working with the cartels. It's like, you know, there's a lot of other people that are working for cartels. It's weird that we're not attacking those countries. It's very strange that we're not doing regime change in those countries where all of these drugs are coming across their borders to our country. It's almost as though they don't have any oil. Oil! Where am I at on Kick? I think it's just Angry Ginger. I can't remember. Let's see. What is it? Angry Ginger, ANGRYGING 3R is what it is. Do I need I probably do need a mod over there, Pendulous. To be honest, I probably do need one. So if you are over there, I will make you a mod. Yeah. Kind of funny that Donald Trump just happens to really care about the drugs coming out of countries that have oil. Oil. Strange coincidence that they just happen to have a lot of oil in that country. The most oil. The oil they stole from us. They stole all of our oil. Anyways, I want to get on here and check out this stuff. I was going to possibly do this earlier, but I had a lot of stuff to do today. Went and did some stuff with my son. Had a good time. Played some catch. Saw some Kook Soul 1. It's good times. We had a good day. We had a good day. Yeah, so I wanted to take a look at a couple different people's opinions on this. Obviously, my opinion on this is exactly what I just said. There's absolutely no other reason that we're doing this other than the fact that America has a addiction, and it's not more cowbell, okay? It's oil. We love us some oil. We can't stop ourselves. Donald Trump, drill baby drill, can't stop himself. So I want to pop on here and check out a couple people's opinions on this whole episode of the Donald Trump dramedy that is going on. And strangely enough, guys. All right, strangely enough, I don't ever watch James Carville, but because I'm not a real Carville fan. He's a little bit of an older head. He's an unk, okay? I've been told I'm an unk by my children, okay? So I'm not a big fan of James Carville, to be honest with you, and I don't like his opinions on David Hogg. I generally don't like his opinions on anything to do with younger people. He reminds me a little bit of Bill Maher in the way that he's like always a grumpy-ass old man that doesn't like any type of change. But I wanted to get his opinion. I wanted to see what James Carville thinks of this whole this bullshit. AJ, what's happening, AJ? Muriel, hey, good to see you, Muriel. Pinkerbell, what's up, Pinkerbell? All right, so let's check out. Oh, I don't have that button pushed either. God, I am so bad tonight. Let's check out James Carville's opinion on this, and let's talk about it.
Doing this? What's his objective? Why is he doing this? What's his objective? You know what his objective is. It's Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's always part of it, but I don't know. I think Donald Trump at this point is, I don't think that he's even concerned that anybody in the MAGA cult gives two shits about Jeffrey Epstein anymore. Look, this is where my head is at with all of this shit when it comes to the QAnon cult, to the MAGA cult. If you still support Donald Trump after just like the first bit of the Epstein files came out, if you still support Donald Trump after the first time he bombed, foreign countries, if you still support Donald Trump after all the ICE bullshit, you're a terrible fucking person. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. There's nothing going on right now that should be all that surprising for people when MAGA still supports Donald Trump, because these people are 100% joined up at the hip with Donald Trump. It's sunk cost fallacy. There's absolutely no way that any of these people are going to abandon this ship. They're going down with the ship. And to be honest, they'll drown sucking on Donald Trump's little orange mushroom. They won't come up for air. They'll just stay lip locked to Dinky's little mushroom. Because, I said this a while back. There's no coming back for most of these people. Like, you can't be in support of what's going on with the ICE raids and not be racist. I mean, you can't support what's going on with the Epstein files and all the shit that's being released and Donald Trump and being in those pictures and ever again rock a bumper sticker that says kill your local pedo. Okay? You can't do any of those things if you support Donald Trump. You know why? Because you're full of shit. That's why. Because Donald Trump is not just an example, but the prime example of some of the worst parts of being a human being in our society. So I don't know. I don't know that he's, is he distracting from the Epstein files? Sure, probably a little bit. But I think this is about the oil.
Well, thank you. I guess you didn't know what I'm getting ready to weigh in on. It's blocked nonstop coverage to Venezuela, and I gotta say this to you. I'm watching all of this, and I don't know what's wrong with people. Why is he doing this? What's his objective?
Also, why does Maduro look like what's that video game streamer? Why does he look like Dr. Disrespect? Somebody help! Okay, hold on. All right, guys. All right, tell me that's not him. Okay. What did I just click? I don't know what I just clicked. Oh, it's BBC. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. Why does Maduro look like Dr. Did they... Hold on. Guys, did they kidnap Dr. Disrespect? Also, I heard has a problem with the young people as well. Also, some issues with the young people. That's what I heard. Younger people. I don't know how young those people were. But yeah. I'm just saying, it looks like, guys, they may have gotten Dr. Disrespect instead of Maduro. Am I wrong about that? It looks eerily familiar. All right, anyways, back to Carville.
You know what his objective is? It's Jeffrey Epstein. They get ready to, they keep finding, I don't know how many more millions of documents.
Yeah, what did they say? They had like 2 million, 7 million? I can't keep up.
And then you got the healthcare subsidies. People are getting a bill. They're going out of his mind.
Yeah, like what Muriel said. That and a test ground to see reactions before doing it in other countries that might be more problematic, like Greenland. Yeah, how long until we invade Greenland? And then Canada, and then Mexico. It's imperialism, right? What is it? Nigeria. Doesn't Nigeria have... God, what is Nigeria? The third highest amount of untapped oil reserves? Right? It's something like that. Maybe I'm wrong about it. Maybe it's like 7th or something.
And in his reptilian survival way, he says, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to draw attention away from Epstein, and I'm going to draw attention away from this. And, of course, they can't help themselves. They just cannot help themselves. Well, what should the Democrats do? They treat it like this is some kind of legit shit.
James Carville coming with that big unk energy right now, dude.
And then we got the chin scratches. Well, the law. What does the law say? Do you need congressional approval? Well, we'll take it to the Supreme Court. Yeah, go ahead and take it to the Supreme Court. You think they're going to read the goddamn law? You crazy? There's only one reason that you follow anything.
Oh, dude. I don't know. Look, I'm not a Carville fan, but this is kind of a based opinion. I'm kind of down with this. Like, Donald Trump hasn't listened to anything the Supreme Court has said up to this point. Do you think that Donald Trump gives two shits that he literally started a war with a foreign country without ever even consulting Congress? Like, he didn't even send them a Signal Gate chat. Pete Hegseth probably did not include anybody but the guy from the Atlantic in the Signal Gate chat that before they decided to bomb Caracas and kidnap Maduro and his wife. Why did they take his wife? Can anybody answer me that question? Why did they take Maduro's wife? Like, was she just in the room? Were they like, oh shit, take her too?
Supreme Court says that because you got to, because they'll throw your ass in jail if they don't. If you follow it because you think they're a legit group, or you think they're not massively corrupt, shit. It cracks me up that these whole long-faced, chin-scratched assholes.
Wife. Okay, hold on. For Trump's next wife. But I don't know what Maduro's wife looks like. Let's take a look. Maduro's wife. Can I Google that? Is that gonna get me something? What am I gonna get? That's Maduro's wife. She doesn't look like she has hot tatas. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mean to be a dick. Janet. I don't mean to be a dick, but she doesn't look like she has hot tatas. I'm just gonna be honest. 56, born in 56, so she's 69 years old. 69. Oh, sorry. It's my bad. It's been a while. Flores is from a lower middle class background. This is definitely not Trump's normal lady. Okay. Oh, she's lead attorney for Hugo Chavez's defense team. No shit. Hugo Chavez's release from secured release of Hugo Chavez from prison in 1994 after his unsuccessful coup in 92. No shit. Okay, all right. Anyways, we know what she looks like now. Let me just look, guys. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now what this is. You want to know? This is probably gonna get me in trouble because this is a Comedy Central clip. You want to know why Donald Trump kidnapped Maduro and his wife? You want to know why Donald Trump kidnapped Maduro and his wife? You want to know why he's doing regime change in Venezuela? Here you go. Here's a clip for you.
A sensitive accusation for this administration is the theory held by many that the real reason the U.S. is so interested in toppling Saddam is control of the oil that Iraq is sitting on.
What about people who say you're only interested in the Middle East for oil?
What? Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking? Oh. Come on, yo, get out of here.
That right there. That's why we are invading Venezuela, guys.
Are unable to see what is right in front of your eyes. Don't look at Epstein and 2 million more files. Don't open up your bill for health insurance that you had no chance to pay.
Yeah, that's going to be fun soon. That's going to be fun. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. This world, though. This world is... I was not made for this world. Well, maybe I was. Thick so skin? Skin so thick, it was made for pain. That's where we're at.
No. Watch us do a cable TV panel and talk about the legality of all of this.
Yeah, I like that. They're like, yeah, they should know. They should know that you're not really supposed to be able to do this. Like anything that Donald Trump has done up to this point. Do you think he's consulted a lawyer? Probably that one blonde chick. That one won the like Miss America pageant or whatever. The one that got like all of her indictments thrown out. You know, what was it? Wasn't she the one that went after Comey, I think? He probably consults her. Or at least he consults her titties. That's what I would think.
And I tell you, Supreme Court they're going to do whatever Trump wants them to do. I don't know if they're going to give you a reason. I don't even think they're going to look at...
Nice, Janet, nice.
At the Article 1, I guess it is, in congressional powers. They're not going to do any of that. They'll do whatever Trump wants, whatever they think is in the best interest of the Republican Party, what is in the best interest of corporate power. And then I'm going to have the head legal correspondent for CBS says I ought to respect what they did. You can't say they're corrupt. Oh, I can't. You ever heard of
yeah, no, Trump owns all of the media now. This is the problem. This is the problem when you allow billionaires to own everything in fucking society. It turns out that when one dude has $1 bajillion and another dude has $1 bajillion and they make friends and they shuttle dock, okay? When 2 billionaires or 3 billionaires or 5 billionaires create a human centipede by shuttle docking with each other's dicks, it turns out they just buy the media and they raise our healthcare costs and they wring us out dry. Somebody said, how much money do you think the average everyday American is going to get from this, 300 billion barrels of oil or whatever it is over there in their reserves? How much money, how much do you think the average American is going to benefit from us taking the oil in Venezuela? I have a spoiler alert for you. Not at fucking all. You're not gonna see tax rebates. You're not gonna see tariff checks. You're not gonna see Doge refunds, and you're not gonna fucking see a dollar that is coming from the oil in Venezuela. But you know who is? People like fucking Donald Trump, all of Donald Trump's friends, people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, Peter Thiel. Because the rich keep getting richer, because that's the American way. It's keep the middle class down. Bread and circuses. Shut the fuck up. You will own nothing and you will be happy. You're not gonna see $1. You'll be lucky if gas prices go down 20 cents. And if they do, you better fucking applaud. You better get down on your knees and praise the orange god. Because if you don't, you might have to work a 6-day work week just to afford rent. You might have to work a 6-day work week just to pay your fucking energy bill, because data centers are eating up so much energy and water that within the next fucking decade, your energy bill is probably going to be about $1,000 a month. You ain't getting a goddamn dollar.
Of Harlan Crow? You ever heard of a G5 going to Alaska on a fishing trip that Sam Alito just showed up at Dulles Airport and said, well, there's an empty seat on it. Shit, I just took it. You ever heard of the sale of Neat Gorsuch's house? You ever look up what John Robinson's wife did for a living? Come on, people. Wake up. If you think this is anything remotely legit, or this is in furtherance of some foreign policy aim or some aim.
Why does it look like James Carville has like Joker slices in his mouth?
Aim of American interest. Oh, come on, please, people. It's all about Epstein. But wake up. Get the scales off your eyes. Do a little think beyond just the
That's some old man shit right there. Get the scales off your eyes.
your nose. This is Epstein health subsidies. This is a giant diversionary tactic. You say, well, you know, it hadn't been totally thought out. What the fuck has he ever done that's not totally thought out, that is even marginally thought out? Of course, now we claim to have the moral high ground, criticize Putin for an illegal invasion of a sovereign nation. All right, well, my case got a little bit weaker now, didn't it? Not just didn't it? So, you know, we'll see, but, you know, this will go. There's going to be the whole Maduro trial is going to take forever. Whole thing is going to take forever. And then, but just at some point.
Yeah, what's the chance that they even prosecute Maduro? Just to be fucking honest. What is the possibility that Maduro, anything even happens? What's the possibility that Donald Trump prosecutes Maduro, then pardons Maduro? I mean, look, Donald Trump at this point has pardoned the Silk Road guy. He's pardoned the Binance guy. He's pardoned the former, was it president of, was it El Salvador? Was that, he's friends with Bolsonaro. He loves Putin. There is a solid chance that Maduro actually gets put on trial, found guilty, and then Donald Trump pardons him. I would not be surprised.
Point, try to insist that you don't get the same ignorant crap that you got leading up to the Iraq War. Great foreign policy disasters of all time. People writing stories, weapons of mass destruction. Oh my God, please, Jesus, oh Holy Mary, Mother of God, save me this New Year's Day from the stupidity that's coming on. So we know the reason. Yeah,
Maduro doesn't like Trump. He hates his guts. But does Maduro have money? You see, he had oil. Okay, he had oil. All right. But does Maduro have any money? Because if Maduro has money, Donald Trump has proven that you can literally call him Hitler. J.D. Vance, you can call him Hitler, and yet Donald Trump will be like, it's all good. Peter Thiel gave me $17 million. J.D. Vance, nice guy. Doesn't matter. He called me Hitler. It's okay. Lots of people call me Hitler. You know, they say he wasn't a bad guy. Just saying.
There was never any doubt. As soon as I saw it, I knew the reason. You knew the reason. And you know,
I just can't believe they did Dr. Disrespect like that.
There's not going to be any flushing out of the law, what the Constitution says, what is the powers of Congress, what is the powers of the president. You know the Congress, they just sit there with one thumb up their ass and one in their mouth, and they switch every 30 seconds.
That's some idiocracy shit. Put this one in your butt, put this one in your mouth. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, now put this one in your butt, put this one in your mouth.
So, I urge you, in this new year, whatever the law is, don't break it. But when this crowd in this Supreme Court, you got to follow it, but never, ever respect it. Never respect it. Because there are a corrupt group of people. Never, ever underestimate what Trump will do to try to survive and draw attention away from Jeffrey Epstein and the fact that we're getting ready to be average people are plunging into health insurance that they can't pay while we run up $3 trillion in debt, giving people make over $500,000 a year massive tax cuts. That's what's really going on in this country. You need to know it. And you need to change it come November of this year. Thank you.
Jesus Christ. What do we do? Jesus.
Lady, I got buddies who died face down in the muck so that you and I can enjoy this family restaurant.
What do we do? What do we do if November rolls around and Americans are so stupid that they don't vote blue? What do we do in this country if after all of this shit, if after all of this happens, that Republicans still have control of the House and the control of the Senate? What do we do? You guys tell me. Because I have no fucking idea. I disagree with Carville. I think that Trump gives two shits anymore about anybody holding him accountable for anything. I don't think he's worried. I don't think he's scared. I think that at this point he's done so much that should have gotten him put in prison. I mean, the man is a 34 convicted felon. He is a sexual graper. He has openly admitted to assaulting women by grabbing them. He's in every one of the Epstein files. I don't think that he gives two shits anymore. Is it a distraction? I think that it's he doesn't mind distracting. I don't think he cares about that. But I think at this point he recognizes there's not a single person that if they still support Trump right now that is going to be mad about this. They're not going to be mad about the Epstein files. They're not going to be mad about ICE agents throwing 14-year-olds on the ground and putting their knees in their back. They're not going to care. Look, we could go back 40 years. They could take away women's voting rights. And women that support Trump would be like, you know what? Actually, we shouldn't be allowed to vote. We're emotional. I disagree. I don't think it's a distraction. I think it's oil. Oil. That's what I think it is. All right. I wanted to get a couple other people's opinions too. I wanted to see a couple different people here that I rarely watch a James Carville video, but what I do like Glenn Kirshner, the guy from BTC. I like Kirshner, so I also loaded a video from him. I want to hear a little bit what he said and kind of get a little bit of a different point of view here. This is Glenn Kirshner. Trump first invades, and he says, we'll run Venezuela. We are going to run Venezuela because he's doing such an awesome job running America. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I might move to Venezuela. I'm not sure which country is going to burn down first. But with Trump running both Venezuela and America, there is a solid chance that America burns down first. I mean, at least there'll be a bunch of oil in Venezuela.
So, friends, after abusing the rule of law and the Constitution over and over and over again in so many ways over the past year, Donald Trump has now launched an attack on a sovereign nation, Venezuela, with no legitimate legal justification whatsoever.
No. He did it because he wanted to. That was his legal justification. He woke up at about 3 a.m, started rage tweeting on Truth Social. I'm sure he hit up Whiskey Pete down at the bar, who after about 17 drinks was probably quite amenable. He said, should we bomb the capital of Venezuela? And I believe Whiskey Pete replied with a fuck yeah, all caps, in his signal chat with the guy from the Atlantic. Yeah, that's his legal there is no legal precedent with anything that Donald Trump does. He doesn't need legal precedent. The man does not believe in laws, as do many of the billionaire class oligarchs that are running our fucking country. Not a single fucking one of them care about laws. They are trying to circumvent them. They want a society that has unregulated AI. They want to create fucking fiefdoms. California forever. Look that shit up. That's real. Anybody out there that thinks this is conspiracy theory bullshit, look up California forever in Solana County. They want to build cities where they can put nuclear plants with no red tape on the water. Unregulated. They want to be able to fucking do what they want with AI without somebody watching over their shoulder. And God only knows what else they want to do to you guys. But if we keep going this fucking route, we're going to find out pretty soon. They don't care about laws, dog.
You know, America has learned the hard way.
Israel first, then Argentina first, then Russian Putin crypto first, now Venezuela first, and he wants Greenland first too. Exactly the few.
Elect a convicted felon president, expect a lawless presidency.
I think what you're looking for is elect a clown and get the circus. We definitely got the circus.
Let's talk about that, because justice matters.
Oh, he's got a cool intro. I need a cool intro.
Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, not only did Donald Trump attack a sovereign nation, but he went on to announce that the U.S. will now, quote, run Venezuela.
Sounds like a good idea.
That he will run Venezuela.
You think Donald Trump, how long did it take him to bankrupt those casinos? What's the over-under on 6 months? What kind of bet can I get going on Donald Trump bankrupting Venezuela in less than 6 months? Like, the man couldn't run casinos. Casinos, the one thing that literally, like, the house always wins. How long until he just completely fucks off Venezuela? Probably not long. Here it is. Let's just say it. All of these people, too. And I understand why. There's a lot of people in Venezuela right now that are actually, like, celebrating Maduro being arrested, right? And I get that. I actually fucking get that, right? Because if you want to be honest, Maduro does suck. Maduro was a bad person. But if you think this is like Stalin. This is like Stalin being overthrown by Hitler. You're saying to yourself, you're like, man, this sucks. Man, this guy's done all this horrific stuff. Man, you know, the economy's in the dump. Man, like, there's no human rights going on over here. And then Stalin gets tossed out, and you celebrate because you're like, all right, here we go. This is good. This is change. This could be better. And then Hitler shows up and starts putting y'all in concentration camps. That is what it's like having Donald Trump come in to run your country, okay? Donald Trump is going to do to Venezuela what billionaire oligarchs are doing to the middle class right now. He is going to come in. He is going to find every single resource that he possibly can get his hands on. He's going to wring it until it is dry, and then he's going to throw it by the wayside, just like we're doing to this fucking planet. For the people in Venezuela, I fucking feel for you, man. I understand that. It's got to be a moment where you say to yourself, all right, something's going to change. But he's already said, we're not going to put in somebody that's going to do things that we don't like. Ask yourself, who are Donald Trump's friends? Who are the people that he associates with? Who are the people that he is most likely to put in power in somewhere like Venezuela? You know, I actually asked. I said, I wondered if it was maybe that that woman that won the Peace Prize, because supposedly she's a pretty legit leftist, right? You know, it's not going to be her. Even I thought for a minute. I said, well, she did kind of kowtow to Trump. She did praise him. I mean, you saw how Trump kind of looked at Mom Donnie. He had those doe eyes for Mom Donnie, and then he started dressing like him and stuff. Maybe he'll start dressing like her too. Start wearing like some women's pantsuits. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's out there. But I wondered, like, is he going to put her in power? But it wouldn't even matter because whoever it is going to be a puppet, right? Donald Trump loves to fire people. I wouldn't be surprised. I believe my wife said Marco Rubio is going to be in charge of Venezuela. And I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense. Donald Trump puts Marco Rubio in charge of Venezuela. And when Venezuelans are like, well, hold on. I don't think he can't be in charge. And Donald Trump's like, why? He's brown. He's just like you guys. You know, he's practically Venezuelan. Sir, that's not even close. Doesn't matter. Brown is brown. Trump is stalling. Oh, wait, you meant Stalin? Yeah.
Venezuela. You know, the lawlessness of
Later,
what
Muriel.
Donald Trump
Thanks for
has
being
done is rivaled only by its dangerousness and capacity to destabilize. Indeed, its capacity to destabilize all around the globe.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that people have said is Bush in Iraq opened the door for Russia and Ukraine, because what we did in Iraq crossed so many lines that, once again, you're setting these precedents that when a country the size of America or the size of Russia or the size of China decides to invade, well, it kind of, it sets the tone, because if China doesn't involve itself when America invades Iraq, if Russia doesn't involve itself when America invades Iraq, then, if China decides to take Taiwan and America doesn't step into that vacuum to defend Taiwan, no one else is going to. And when Russia invades Ukraine, if America doesn't step into defense of Ukraine, like we did under Biden, and we're half-assed doing under Trump now, then these are precedents that are being set. So when we invade Venezuela to take natural resources from Venezuela for whatever reason, I mean, Trump said, "Oh, they stole our oil. They stole our oil from Venezuela. Venezuela stole America's oil from Venezuela," is what he's saying. Oh, they had, massive amounts of narcotics coming from there. All this bullshit, right? Like, all of that's just cover. That's all just, reasoning for why it's okay for us to invade another sovereign country and abduct their leader and his wife, apparently. They probably took their dog, too. I wouldn't doubt that the dog got... and for some strange reason, they dressed him up to look like Dr. Disrespect. But it's just setting precedent. And when you see Russia invade Ukraine, and then people say, well, the reason that you can see Russia invading Ukraine is because America invaded Iraq. We set the precedent. Once again, we are doing this. We are destabilizing the globe. We are putting our own country at risk for being attacked. Like, this is why Donald Trump is scary. It's not because Donald Trump knows what the fuck he's doing. It's not because Donald Trump is an actual Hitler, right? Donald Trump's actually scarier than Hitler, because Donald Trump doesn't know what his actions lead to. Donald Trump doesn't have the foresight to look at what's going on in the world, to judge the other people that are in power, like Putin, like Xi Jinping, like Kim Jong-un, and recognize what actions they may take based off the actions that he takes. Donald Trump is so self-centered. Donald Trump is so unaware of what's going on anywhere else other than what's going on with him that he doesn't even think about what could possibly happen from what he did in Venezuela. That's scary.
Let's start with the new reporting. This from the Associated Press. Headline:
Yeah, the few. Remember when MAGA claimed that Biden was a globalist? that he's part of the Illuminati. If there is a person that is part of the Illuminati, it's fucking Donald Trump.
Capture of Maduro.
Yeah, I guarantee the drug supply will continue. DJ, me and you both know that drug supply is not going to fucking dry up. The war on drugs has been the biggest L America has taken since they elected Donald Trump.
And U.S. claim it will run Venezuela raise new legal questions. One might even say they raise
No shit.
illegal questions. The article begins. The Trump administration's capture of Venezuela's president and plans to, quote, run the country are raising stark new questions about the legality of the U.S. moves under a broader campaign against the South American nation. The middle-of-the-night seizure of Nicolas Maduro, who was being transported on a U.S. warship to face narco-terrorism conspiracy charges in New York, is beyond even the most high-profile historical examples of aggressive American actions toward autocratic governments in Panama, Iraq, and beyond.
I like that was what somebody said. They said, "Oh, since we are now allowed to invade each other's countries and kidnap their dictators, could Canada come and kidnap Trump, please?" And I am so for that.
Beyond, legal experts said. It came after a surprise U.S. incursion into the Venezuelan capital, rocked with overnight explosions. And friends, the experts are weighing in, quote, this is clearly a blatant, illegal, and criminal act.
Yeah, I don't have a law degree. I don't have a degree. Someone get my wife on the phone. I think she's got an associate's and a certificate. She's got like a medical certificate. I don't know. Like I need an expert. I can tell you this right now. As a person that doesn't have any type of degree, I am pretty sure that like bombing somebody's capital and abducting their leader and his wife, I question the legality. I question whether or not that is something that is allowed in the world, even when the fucking other leader's a bad dude. Like at this point, then why have we not kidnapped Putin? Also, why has Putin not kidnapped Trump? But actually, I know the answer to that question. Putin hasn't kidnapped Trump because it's better to just let Trump do his thing and ruin America. Putin's like, oh, no. Let him do his thing.
Said Jimmy Garul, a Notre Dame law school professor and former assistant U.S. attorney. Mark Nevitt, a former Navy attorney who now teaches at Emory University School of Law, said, quote, I see no legal basis for us to go into another country and take a leader without an extradition treaty. The stunning development caps months of aggressive U.S. military action in the region, including the bombings of boats accused of trafficking drugs and...
Which we still have no evidence. We still have zero evidence of there actually being any narcotics on any of these boats. Like, literally, the only dude that survived was, like, a fisherman. Like, there is absolutely no evidence that there has been any drugs transported on any of these boats that we have bombed and killed. What we can only agree that these people, at best, they were fucking random Venezuelans. We don't know that these people were fucking selling drugs, doing drugs. All we know is that they were on a boat and Donald Trump said, kill them all. Oh, I'm sorry, Pete Hegseth said, kill them all.
Seizures of oil tankers off the coast of Venezuela. The administration has conducted 35 known boat strikes against vessels, killing more than 115 people since...
Bro, 115 people since September.
In September. Michael Schmidt, a former Air Force lawyer and professor emeritus at the U.S. Naval War College, said the entire operation, the boat strikes, as well as the apprehension of Maduro.
And this is what I'm saying. He doesn't care. Donald Trump doesn't disrespect the law. He disavows it. He doesn't believe that it exists. Donald Trump has existed in a reality where the answer no is not acceptable. Ask any of the women that he has raped, okay? This dude does not know the meaning of the word no. He doesn't care. You can fucking shout from the mountaintops that what he's doing is illegal. If you don't do anything about it, it don't fucking matter.
Are a clear violation of international law. House Speaker Mike Johnson said, the administration is working to schedule briefings for lawmakers when they return to Washington next
Oh, of course, Congress is on vacation. When is Congress not on vacation?
week. But Democratic lawmakers warned that in veering from the rule of law, the administration is potentially green-lighting other countries, such as China or Russia, to do the same thing.
And like I said, China is already doing practice runs for invading Taiwan. I believe their timetable is 2027. So next year, by next year. And do you know what that's going to do to this fucking globe? Do you know what happens if China takes production of semiconductors away from the rest of the world? Like, for America to catch up to the production of TSMC, right? Like, so we asked TSMC to invest in America through the Chips and Science Act, right? For us to catch up to the capabilities of what's going on in Taiwan, it's going to take a decade at the least to do that, right? Like, just to build out the infrastructure, to train people, to get the rare minerals. Something like 60% of all the rare minerals that we need to produce semiconductors come from China. And it's something like 90% plus are manufactured in China. And then when you look at semiconductors, when you look at the fact that over 70% of all of our semiconductors come from Taiwan, and over 90% of the most important semiconductors that we use in hypersonic missiles, that we use in AI, that we use in supercomputers, all of those come from Taiwan. If China takes Taiwan, if you had an example of what will happen to the globe, and that was COVID. During COVID, transportation supply lines were cut in half. All of the semiconductor production was completely overwhelmed because of demand, because people were using their stimulus to buy things like iPhones. Car prices skyrocketed because of the fact that they couldn't produce enough semiconductors to fill out the cars. They're in everything you have. They're in your computers. They're in your phones. They're in your washer. They're in everything, right? They're in your thermostat. When the demand for semiconductors drove the production of them in Taiwan during COVID, we saw prices skyrocket. We saw inflation go through the roof. Car prices still are super expensive. Lots of electronics are still super expensive. If China uses what we just did to Venezuela as a reason to invade Taiwan and take Taiwan's production, we are fucking cooked.
This quote from Senator Mark Warner, quote, once this line is crossed, the rules that restrain global chaos begin to collapse, and authoritarian regimes will be the first to exploit it, said Senator Mark Warner of Virginia, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee. Quote, America's strength comes from our commitment to the rule of law, democratic norms, and constitutional restraint.
But you know what that sounds like? That sounds like pussy shit. Let's just be honest. Can we? You know what those words sound like? That sounds like a guy with a fucking pocket protector and some fucking thick glasses with some tape in the middle going, now guys, this isn't how we're supposed to do any of this. You know, there's rules. You're talking to a fucking a narcissistic child. The guy has raped women. He's in the fucking Trumpstein files. Congress needs to grow a set of fucking balls. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, where are these people? You're not going to stop Donald Trump by going, well, let's see, hold on. I pulled up Chapter 7, Section 4, Paragraph 6, and it says here Donald, that you're not allowed to do that. That's not going to work. Night, Angela. Thank you for being here, Angela. This is not how you deal with a dictator. Our grandfathers are just rolling the fuck over in their graves right now. George Washington may dig himself up from his grave, pop the fuck out, go get some homies, head back to fucking Valley Forge, and restart the whole goddamn thing over again because I think we made a mistake. Well, I know we made a mistake. I didn't vote for
He said, when we abandon those principles...
But remember, guys, you didn't want the black lady with the cackle laugh. God damn it, I was just looking at her book today, too. 107 Days or whatever the fuck it was. I hate Trump supporters. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest. I'm done. I'm done, brother. Like, y'all did this shit. Y'all were like, he's the most anti-war president you'll ever see, brother. He just wants peace on the globe. They bombed Caracas. He bombed fucking on New Year's. He bombed Nigeria. The dude in his first fucking term dropped a bomb called the mother of all bombs. I hate you guys.
Even in the name of confronting bad actors, we weaken our credibility, endanger global stability, and invite abuses of power that will long outlast any single presidency. Next week, the Senate is expected to...
Bro, good luck with that. The whole goddamn country is about to burn down before Trump is actually out of office.
Try again to curtail Trump's actions with a vote expected on a bipartisan war powers resolution that would block the use of U.S. forces against Venezuela unless authorized by...
He already broke that. He already did that. He literally already attacked Venezuela without the authorization of Congress. Are we kidding?
Congress. So, friends, in the coming days, I'll be interviewing military law experts, law professors, and others here on Justice Matters to drill down on the dangerous lawlessness of what Donald Trump and his administration are doing. But for now, suffice it to say that if this ain't the stuff of impeachment, I don't know what is. Because an American president can't just declare that he will now, quote, run a foreign sovereign nation. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.
I like Glenn. Glenn's a good dude. It just doesn't... I know. I get that this is the way you have to go about things. I recognize that this year, come November... that we need to flip the House blue, that we need to flip the Senate blue, and then we need to impeach Donald Trump. Like, I get that. I understand that. But all this fucking fist shaking, ooh, you're not allowed to do that, Donald Trump, all of that shit, it's not inspiring. It's not motivating. You're not getting anybody up in the morning to fight the good fight by being like, I'm going to quote, we're going to push through a law that you've already violated. And then we're going to let our slow-ass judicial system just take as much time as it needs to not hold you accountable. The only thing that is going to make a difference in this fucking country is for some people in power to grow a set of fucking balls, walk into dude's office, put the motherfucker in handcuffs, and take his ass down and sit him in the same cell as fucking Nicolas Maduro. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. All right, who else we got? Oh yeah, I brought Adam Mockler back in there. We got Adam Mockler too. I wanted to, but first let's do this. Here, let's watch this. Let's do this one first. What's up, Roxanne? What's up, Lucius? What's going on, Lynn? Good to see you guys. First, I don't know if you guys have seen this one. Have you guys, yeah, we're going to do a poll. Exactly, the people. We're going to send him a strongly worded letter that says he's not allowed to attack Venezuela. So this is, some reporter shouts at Trump after Trump weaves on blockbuster strike. He's not there anymore. Well, I don't know that Donald Trump ever was there, but dude is like gone, right? Like I watched that conference this morning. My wife hit me up and asked me if I was watching that conference, and I hadn't turned it on yet. And I turned it on. I went back to his point where he was talking. The dude is old as fuck. He's tired. He just rambles. He started talking about Louisiana. Started talking about Chicago. Talking about putting National Guard troops in. All while talking about Venezuela. What the fuck does Louisiana have to do with Venezuela? Why are we talking about Louisiana? Why? Because Donald Trump is... Look, this man didn't have very many brain cells in the first place. Take a look at that picture. Look at that picture. That man don't have a fully functional frontal lobe. His brain is done. Between Ozempic and Adderall, it is frozen in place. he is half Mitch McConnell right now, okay? And he's probably going to be full Mitch McConnell by the end of this year. So, watch this, listen to this shit. It's insane. He just rambles.
Best equipment anywhere in the world. The best equipment anywhere in the world. There's no equipment like what we have. And you see that even if you just look at the boats, you know, we've knocked out 97%.
Like, listen to the slur. What is the slur he's got going on here?
In the world. There's no equipment like what we have. And you see that even if you just look at the boats, you know, we've knocked out 97% of the drugs coming in by sea.
Bro. Okay, what do they say? They've blown up 35 boats since September, 115 people. And he's saying that we have knocked out 97% of drugs that are coming by sea. If you blow up 35 boats in the span of 4 months, and that is 97% of the drugs coming in, that's not very many drugs. If 115 people constituted the workforce of the amount of drugs that were coming across the border into America, and you took out 97% by taking out 115 people, first of all, that leaves about 6.5 people left. We can go ahead and stop. We won. Mission accomplished. 97%. This dude just makes shit up. He makes this shit up.
90%. Each boat kills on average, 25,000 people. We knock
each boat. Hold on. I got to do the math. Okay, so 35 boats, 25,000 people per boat. Okay. So that's 250, 500, 750,000. Okay. And then what is that? That's 875,000 people Donald Trump has saved, guys. Guys, he saved 875,000 people from dying from drugs by taking out those 35 boats. That's why he got the FIFA Peace Prize. You guys are down there doing rookie numbers. God, just that fucking Venezuelan oil tanker alone, he probably saved like 3 million people.
Out 97%. And those drugs mostly come from a place called Venezuela. We're going to run the country until such time
What's up, Cajun?
As we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
Bro, is he drunk? He sounds like he's drunk.
And so we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that
Dude, they are going to make Marco Rubio the president, aren't they?
We had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious.
Yeah, half, Reverend. The 6.5 people, the half guy doesn't have any legs, obviously.
transition. And it has to be judicious because that's what we're all about.
Bro, you just fucking kidnapped the president and his wife after bombing their capital city. Judicious is, I don't think you know the meaning of that word.
We want peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela. And that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States.
That we're going to deport. The ICE agents are literally ripping off the fucking street, throwing in vans, no due process, and deporting them to El Salvador. Does this guy even remember the first 8 months of his presidency?
And want to go back to their country. It's their homeland.
Okay. I get it now. He's like, I made it safe for y'all. You can go back now.
We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We've had decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this.
What? Bro, what?
And what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this.
Wait,
we're there
one
now.
more time. Hold on.
Decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this. We're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place. So
the fuck?
We're going to stay until such time as we're going to run it, essentially, until such time as a proper transition can take place. Attack for justice. And I'm very proud of him, and I'm very proud of our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, who I'm going to ask us to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, can you explain how the U.S. will run Venezuela? Well, thank you, Mr. President.
He said, fuck no, I can't. That reporter said, can you explain how we are going to run Venezuela? And Donald Trump said, here's Pete Hegseth.
Finally, a commander-in-chief the world respects and the American people deserve.
I'm not sure whether or not Trump is drunk or not, but I guarantee Pete Hegseth is.
And as the president said, words can barely capture the bravery and the power and the precision of this historic operation.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. We are cooked, aren't we? We are absolutely fucking cooked. This country is being ran by a bunch of fucking clowns, dude. How long until Pete Hegseth just like kicks all the women out of the military? Just all of them. Every woman, right? How long until the oligarchs just get to take whatever child of whatever age that they want back to their tower? How long, man? How fucking long? This shit is like, this is epic proportions. This is like, this is not shit that is supposed to be able to happen. And they are testing boundaries. They are pushing those boundaries. Look, as a person that has a real problem with boundaries, okay? All right? That's a joke for my wife. I can tell you that these motherfuckers don't know what boundaries are. They don't know what laws are. They definitely don't know what boundaries are. They don't care. And we're about to find out exactly how far they're willing to go, because it seems as though they're testing the water and they're about to jump fucking balls deep into that river, dude. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of concerned. I'm a little bit concerned. But you know who's saving us right now? Okay, are you guys ready for who our savior is going to be? That's a real question. Are you guys ready to find out who the person that has the biggest balls in the room is? It's Marjorie Taylor Greene. I've always known it. She looks just like the Geico caveman. Okay, if you would have asked me, if you said there's Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump, and Marjorie Taylor Greene all in the same room, and you said, which one of these people has the biggest balls? I would have been like, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Are we talking physical or like metaphorical? Because both. Marjorie Taylor Greene apparently is the only person, not Hakeem Jeffries, not Cory Booker, not Chuck Schumer. Does Chuck Schumer even fucking exist anymore? Has anybody seen Chuck Schumer? Has anybody seen anybody in Congress for more than about 56 days this year? Did Congress move to fucking Puerto Rico? Is Congress in Albania right now? God damn it. I knew I should have took my chance when I had it. Because I haven't even seen fucking Mike Johnson. All right, anyways. Marjorie Taylor Greene rips Trump's strike on Venezuela. MAGA thought they voted to end this. Boy, were we wrong. How is she like the only person that's calling this shit out? Why? Why is this reality so weird? 2025 tried to break me. 2026 is just coming in at the end to just kick me in the fucking ribs. Just stay down, motherfucker. All right, anyways. Marjorie Taylor Greene, serving out her final days before stepping down from Congress, ripped President Donald Trump's decision to strike Venezuela. In a post on X on Saturday, this is what Marjorie Taylor Greene posted. I've served on the Homeland Security Committee for the past 3 years. I'm 100% for strong, safe, secure borders and stopping narco-terrorists and cartels from trafficking deadly drugs and human trafficking into America. Fentanyl is responsible for over 70% of U.S. drug overdose deaths, and fentanyl comes from Mexican cartels made with chemicals, precursors from China, and trafficked across the U.S.-Mexico border. That's actually, she did a pretty good job. This is so weird. That was actually a... Did Marjorie Taylor Greene read some shit? What happened? Is she just using AI bots now? Is she just using ChatGPT? Mexican cartels are primarily and overwhelmingly responsible for killing Americans with deadly drugs. That's probably not 100% true. If U.S. military action and regime change in Venezuela was really about saving American lives from deadly drugs, then why hasn't the Trump admin taken action against Mexican cartels? I wouldn't say he's not going to. If he can find some oil underneath the Mexican desert, I fucking guarantee you that he will find a reason to deal with those cartels. And if prosecuting narco-terrorists is a high priority, then why did President Trump pardon the former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was convicted and sentenced for 45 years for trafficking hundreds of tons of cocaine into America? Ironically, cocaine is the same drug that Venezuela primarily traffics into the U.S. That's because Don Jr. is the main consumer of said drug, and Donald Trump is an enabler, I believe is what that's called. Rude says, look up statue at museum in Lyon, France of a Neanderthal woman that looks exactly like MTG. Hold on. There's a statue in Lyon, France. Okay, hold on. Lyon, France. Marjorie Taylor Greene cave. I'm so old. Okay, hold on. They using it. Oh my God. Nah, dog, nah. Oh my God. Oh, dude. Oh, that made my night. Oh, I'm so glad I did this stream just for that. Oh. That is definitely an ancestor. Holy Jesus. Jen, what's happening, Jen? Jen, I did get your email. I have been in a very weird place, my friend. So thank you for the email, Jen. I really appreciate it. I hear what you're going through. I support you as well, my friend. Thank you for the kind words. And yeah, I wish I was in a little bit of a better place to handle what I'm handling. But I'm getting through what I'm getting through. And it all turned out okay in the end, man. That's the only words I had to say. Is it's all gonna be all right. It's all gonna turn out okay in the end. All right. Let's see. The next obvious observation is that by removing Maduro, this is a clear move for control over Venezuelan oil supplies that will ensure stability for the next obvious regime change war in Iran. And of course, why is it okay for America to militarily invade, bomb, and arrest a foreign leader, but Russia is evil for invading Ukraine, and China is bad for aggression against Taiwan? Is it only okay if we do it? I'm not endorsing Russia or China. And that's exactly what I said, is the war in Iraq set precedent for the war in Ukraine, and now we're going to see probably our war in Venezuela become, or our aggressions in Venezuela, because it won't be a war. It'll be the same thing that happened in Iraq. People will die. Americans will die. But really, it'll be just about us taking over a foreign country's resource supply, right? And then we're going to see, like I said, we're going to see China do the same thing in Taiwan. And if China does that with Taiwan, the global economy is fucked. China wins. China wins. Like anybody that plays Civilizations, you know that point in the game where you have taken over so many of the other capitals on the map that you just know, like, anything you're doing after that is just like, it's just for funsies. You're just literally just destroying any other city because you're at the end of the game and you don't have anything to do. That's China. If China takes over Taiwan and takes over semiconductor production, high-end semiconductor production, and then also owns the majority of magnets, owns the majority of minerals, has better infrastructure, has a better, well-kept populace. Like, we aren't made to fight a war against China where China owns all the economic cards as well as, all the infrastructure cards. I mean, our infrastructure in this country is horrific. Anybody that's ever traveled outside the country knows that. China is literally building railroads across their country to transport, products that would take days to hours. Meanwhile, we're over here jerking off oligarchs like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. If China takes over Taiwan, we are in big fucking trouble. Regime change, funding foreign wars, and Americans' tax dollars being consistently funneled to foreign causes, foreigners both home and abroad, and foreign governments, while Americans are consistently facing increased cost of living, housing, healthcare, and learn about scams and fraud of their tax dollars, is what has most Americans enraged. Like, that right there is actually really spot on for what she said. I mean, for what she believes. Like, for what MAGA claimed they believe, right? MAGA claimed before all of this that Trump was super anti-war, that RFK was going to come in and RFK was going to make America healthy again. He's going to get rid of all the diseases. Literally, we have over 2,000 cases of measles. The most we've had since like 1992. We have kids dying of whooping cough. We have kids dying of measles. No one knows what the fuck is going on in the avian flu right now. We're supposed to be America first. To be honest with you, like, I thought at this point we'd be incredibly isolationist. But that is the exact opposite. Instead, what we're seeing right now is wealthy people in our country finding common cause with wealthy people in other countries, or finding common cause with wealthy people's resources in other countries. So even though I'm not a MAGA person, I can agree that what Marjorie Taylor Greene is espousing as being her beliefs, I don't know that they actually are, but what she's saying they are, like, that is legit what MAGA is supposed to stand for. But we all know MAGA is full of shit. They actually don't believe any of the things that they ever said. They don't care. They just want extremism. MAGA cares about drama. They care about, like, feeling important. They feel like they need purpose. I said this a long time ago. The reason so many people find MAGA to be appealing, the appeal of MAGA, is that you took a bunch of people that their lives were super monotonous. All they did was get up every day, go to work at blue-collar jobs where they don't have any, like, sense of being. Their job doesn't provide them with any type of happiness. They're either in bad relationships, or even the relationships that they're good that they have, they're very monotonous as well. They don't have any meaning to their lives, right? And MAGA gave them purpose. Because just like conspiracy theories, well, MAGA is filled with conspiracy theories, but just like with conspiracy theories, it feels really good to think that you know something that nobody else knows, right? So this makes MAGA feel like they are a part of something. They feel like, oh, like we're going to take over the world. We're going to take over the world. It's not we. It's not you. It's the oligarchs. And they all already were taking over the world. You just now get a front row seat. You bought into the cult. You got a ticket. You got the golden ticket. You got to sit down front row with the splash poncho on so that way you don't get the blood of poor people on you. That's what happened. Like, you have traded away your morality, your humanity. You've traded away hope. You've traded away your connection to other people because most of these MAGA people no longer, they don't have friends, they don't have family. Their fucking coworkers hate them. Like, you've traded away any connection. You traded away any chance at a future because you're literally selling every working class person down the river by supporting this bullshit. All so that way you could feel something, just anything that was akin to having purpose once again in your life. And that's fucking sad because if you woke up and looked around and realized that there's more of us than there are of them, then you might find that there is purpose in bonding together and creating connection with a bunch of people, a bunch of working class people that might not have the same opinions on how taxes are done or how the border is ran, but we're all in the same fucking boat, man. And there's a bunch of billionaires, there's a bunch of wealthy people walking around with fucking drills, drilling holes in the boat and telling you that the dude next to you is the one that's drilling the hole in the boat, but you can see the fucking billionaire's holding the drill in his hand. It's sad. And it's sad that Marjorie Taylor Greene can point out the hypocrisy of this. The Geico caveman knows what the fuck is going on. Especially the younger generations. Boomers and half of Gen X will cheer on neocon war and talking points, but the other half of Gen X and majority on down see through it and hate it. She's spot on for that. I fucking hate to say it. Americans discuss with our own government's never-ending military aggression and support of foreign wars is justified because we are forced to pay for it, and both parties, Republicans and Democrats, always keep the Washington military machine funded and going. This is what many in MAGA thought they voted to end. Boy, were we wrong. As the baby boomers slip away both in votes and power, the electoral future will be decided for candidates that focus on American economic populism and promising prosperity for Americans only. As of right now, neither party is offering this solution. Now, the problem with that is what we already see with Fuentes. I'm going to say it again. For anybody out there that's like super hopeful that, oh no, like actually, we just got to wait for the boomers to die off. We just need for, the Gen X to die off. We just look at what is going on right now in the Republican Party. Look at the way that young men are being entrapped in this bitter, hateful mentality towards women. They're just changing who you're afraid of. That's all they're doing. Republicans as a whole made a bunch of people afraid of immigrants. But the next generation that's coming up in this country are being fueled with hate for women, bitterness for women. I was just talking about this the other day. When I was in high school, you got told no. I got told no today. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. It's her right to say no. You can't live life just constantly being mad at a whole fucking side of the human race because you got told no. But that's what these young men are getting taught. I don't think that she's right. I don't think the next generation is going to come up and do this because currently they're being brainwashed by people like Andrew Tate and Nick Fuentes to be told that they should separate themselves from women, that women don't deserve a right to vote, that they should be bitter because, their father's marriage didn't work out or, they were told no once in high school. That's all it takes nowadays. I got told no a lot in high school. Fucking sometimes just with a look. Sometimes nowadays I get told no with just a look. You gotta understand that that's a part of life. And young men nowadays, they're not leaving their computer, their house. They're not leaving to go out and find out like what it's like to get told no a bunch of times and then finally get a yes and how good that feels. You know, it's you gotta work for it, man. You gotta work for it, and working for it's good. You do the hard things. You grow the fuck up. You change as a person. You find your place, and then you find somebody that you can fucking love for the rest of your life. But it ain't fucking easy. But this younger generation, they're getting caught up in this shit. And if people like Marjorie Taylor Greene think that all you gotta do is wait for the boomers to die out, then you ain't paying fucking attention. All right, where else are we? Oh yeah, we're gonna do Adam Mockler's video. Here, let's watch Adam Mockler. I don't know what this one's about. I literally just decided to get on here. All right, I just was like, I'm gonna jump on here. I was like, my daughter actually went to play some Fortnite. She was keeping me company. She's the one that keeps me company nowadays. God bless her heart. She is my fucking hero. My daughter is my hero, dude. But she's keeping me company, keeping me sane. And she just went out to play some Fortnite. So I was like, you know what? Let's hop on here. Let's stream some a little bit. My wife was talking to me actually about all of this stuff earlier in the day. It got me thinking about it. So shout out to her for getting me back on the horse and thinking about these things. So, yeah, let's watch this video from Adam Mockler. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm just trying to catch up. The youths don't react well to the words "don't, know," and "stop." Yeah. I believe there's an Eazy-E song that goes, all you hear is "don't, no, stop," and all I hear is "no, don't stop."
Less than 24 hours after Donald Trump militarily invaded Venezuela to capture Maduro, we already have business leaders and oil executives publicly planning an early 2026 trip to Venezuela to scout out what they perceive as potential riches. It's so simple.
Dude, and then also, so if you know anything about like the bailout for Argentina, you also know that the privatization, the banks and stuff that are involved in that, all that is the same thing. Argentina has gotten economically graped over and over again. All of these country full of brown people, man, all these Latin countries, they all just, it's the same story over and over and over again. Argentina, the bailout that Trump did, the $40 billion bailout, $20 billion of it came from a monetary fund that hasn't been used in decades. And then the other $20 billion came from private equity or private funds, not equity. And those private funds are going to allow those people to be able to pretty much make off with whatever resources they want out of Argentina when they default on those loans. And that's obviously what's going to happen because it's what's been happening forever in Argentina. And these people know that. So Venezuela is just another time. And once again, anybody that thinks that, oh, well, the American people will benefit from this. No, you fucking won't. Name one fucking time in the history of America where we have invaded other countries, stolen their fucking resources, and then you as a working class citizen have benefited from it. You know, the only time that the working class has ever benefited from a war ever, do you know what that was? It was World War II, and it was the New Deal. The most progressive piece of legislation that has ever existed in American history. The reason that you have all the good things that you have in your life came from the New Deal. It didn't come from stealing people's oil. It didn't come from fucking rich oligarchs and bullshit business leaders going over and scouting out opportunities to steal shit from brown people. It came from progressive ideology. It came from FDR. That's the only time that we have ever actually benefited as a working class.
Every single time Republicans get into power, they do three things. First, they cut taxes for the richest. Second, they cut benefits for the most vulnerable. And third, they go to war for oil. Welcome to step 3, only this time it is not Bush doing it, it is Trump doing it. Add a little bit of election denialism and narcissism and fascism, and we're essentially just in Bush Part 2. This article reads, about 20 business leaders, including those from some of the top hedge funds and asset managers, are preparing to go on a March trip to Venezuela to look at investment opportunities there, including in energy and infrastructure. Now listen, it's a nuanced situation. I've talked to some people online that are refugees from Venezuela, and people are overwhelmingly happy that Maduro is gone. And good. It is good that Maduro...
Yes. Lost in all of this is, like I said, Maduro being gone is a good thing for Venezuelans if, and this is a big fucking if somebody gets into power that cares about the Venezuelan people. And I can tell you this right now, Donald Trump don't give two shits. He can say as much as he wants in his slurred ass words, like up there with Whiskey Pete and fucking little Marco Rubio, about how he cares about the Venezuelan people. No, he fucking don't. He don't care about you, he don't care about me, and he don't care about Venezuelans. You know who Donald Trump cares about? He cares about Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't care about Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump don't care about Melania Trump. He don't care about Don fucking or Barron or Eric or Ivanka. Actually, I think he cares about Ivanka in a really weird way, but he don't care about people. Donald Trump is an actual fucking narcissist. Donald Trump is a person that doesn't have the emotional capability to look at other people and feel any type of way but selfishness. That's the only thing. He only cares about what he can get from you or what you can give to him. He does not care. So he's not going to be out there looking for the next fucking Mahatma Gandhi, okay? He's not going to be out there looking for the next Mother Teresa. He's not looking for a person that can go into the leadership in Venezuela that is going to be good for Venezuela. He's looking for the person that he can most manipulate. And if that person happens to be a good person, they're fucked. Because if they get into power and they think that they're going to do anything good while they're in power in Venezuela, Donald Trump's going to put a stop to that ship real quick. The only way that Venezuelans are going to benefit from any of this shit is if it somehow also benefits Donald Trump. That's the only way that this works. That's the craziest part.
Was gone, but it is not the United States. It is not our role to be overthrowing and kicking out leaders at a whim. And also, the overthrowing of the regime is the easy part. That's the easiest part.
Sorry, Tiffany.
The actual installing of a long-term sustainable government is almost always impossible, and now the Trump administration owns what happens from here. Again, Republicans always, without fail, get into power and put U.S. troops at risk just so we can get oil. As James Tallarico points out, last year, Trump promised American oil executives a, quote, great deal if they donated $1 billion to his campaign. Today, he gave them Venezuela, home to the largest oil reserves in the world. This new war is not only illegal and reckless, but it is deeply corrupt. You know, I did a lot of thinking this morning about this war, and I honestly don't think the average American cares about the legality of it. I mean, you and I care. We care that Donald Trump subverted both the Constitution and international law. But I think most...
Yeah, but most Americans aren't that smart. And it's not smart. They're not that educated. You know, like I've said a lot of times, is up until probably the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't been that educated on all these things. So when I say these things, I speak from experience, is that there's so many blind spots in American education where it comes to things that we should actually know shit about. And instead we know a lot about things like, getting to work, how to work a 9 to 5, how to be a good fucking drone, how to wear yourself out and die before you get to your retirement. We know all those things. But we don't know how the government works. We don't know how the judicial system works. We don't know how to properly pay our taxes so we don't get screwed. There's so much about all of this that Americans as a whole just aren't educated to. So for a lot of Americans, he's right. They're going to see that Maduro has been overthrown. They're going to say, well, yeah, that guy was a bad dude. It's good that he's gone. And they're not going to think about all of the repercussions that come from what is happening over there. Like I said, we're going to spin off into how this is going to affect the future of the entire world when you start to have other countries, like I said, China seeing Taiwan, saying, oh, okay, well, I guess if they get to invade Venezuela and take all the oil, then we get to invade Taiwan and take all the semiconductors. Which, by the way, that's a much better move. If we were going to invade anybody, we should have probably invaded Taiwan.
Americans care more about this intuitive feeling of being backstabbed by an administration, just like they were during Bush. So I always test things out on my more apolitical friends because I do political messaging. So I'll talk to my friends from high school or whatever. Nobody really cares about the legality of these strikes. They care about a few things. First of all, being betrayed by this administration that said they wouldn't start any new wars.
Yeah.
And secondly, being betrayed by an administration for oil. Once again, I mean, even people my age who didn't quite live through, we weren't quite paying
AJM currently not available. Currently still not available.
attention during the 2000s in the Middle Eastern wars because we were like 6 years old. Even we understand at an intuitive level that the government lies for oil. And this is such a glaring example of that. The New York Times says, while Mr. Trump said little about how the United States would be, quote, running Venezuela, he insisted it, quote, won't cost us anything because American oil companies would rebuild the energy infrastructure in Venezuela, which holds vast reserves of oil. Quote, we are going to run the country right. It's going to make...
Yeah, so what is he saying? He's not saying that there'll be a president running Venezuela. He's saying the oil companies will be running Venezuela. That's what he's saying. He's like, we'll put in the infrastructure. I mean, look at America. America isn't ran by our politicians, right? America is ran by dark money. America is ran by the Chamber of Commerce. It's ran by, Citizens United. It's ran by corporations and oligarchs. So literally what he's saying is we're going to do America 2.0. We're going to go over there. We're going to put down infrastructure for these oil companies, and these oil companies are going to influence politics over there, which means like the environment's fucked. Like, how is any of this going to benefit Venezuelans? Like, that's the question. And the answer is it's not. It's not going to.
Make a lot of money. What could possibly go wrong with the United States? And
thanks, Janet. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? Jan. That was back when Jim Brewer wasn't a douchebag.
Initiating regime change, taking control of a country, and trying to steal its oil. Let me show you this clip of Donald Trump describing, not in a very detailed way, how we are going to be running Venezuela.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
Now, to add on to this, Maduro's opposition leader, Machado, also promised, quote, $1.7 trillion of Venezuela's oil, gas, gold, and infrastructure. Now,
she's far right. See, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I was unaware of her political leaning. I guess I have to look into a little bit more to do with this lady. I thought, I didn't know she was massive privatization if Trump can put her in power. Oh, dude, Venezuela is fucked.
Donald Trump hasn't quite thrown his support behind anybody in particular, and he even said that Machado does not command enough respect. So it essentially feels like it's going to the highest bidder right now. The opposition leader, the person who is in power.
Bro, it's going to be like the head of BP. This is how idiocracy starts, isn't it? The head of BP is going to be the president of Venezuela.
Our next is the person who can offer Donald Trump the sweetest deal.
And this is amazing, super exciting for me. We will open Venezuela for foreign investment. I am talking about a $1.7 trillion opportunity, not only in oil and gas, which is huge, and you know that the opportunities, because we will open.
Okay, why are you in the Justice Hall? Whatever the supervillain one would be. What is the supervillain one? Like, why is she? You are not. You're selling the clip. Why are you in a fucking gigantic hallway doing this interview? You're supposed to be trying to be the president of Venezuela, and you've got like 17 echoes going on.
all upstream, middle stream, downstream to all companies.
It's very obvious what's going on here, right? Every single world leader who has Trump's ear, or not world leader in this case, but potential world leader who has Trump's ear, throws out the biggest numbers possible.
Dude, it's going to be Elon Musk. Oh my God, Donald Trump is going to put Elon Musk in charge.
I love Tesla.
Dude, he's going to put Elon Musk in charge of Venezuela. Or Peter Thiel. It could probably be Peter Thiel too. Oh man.
I love the poorly educated.
Because they know that is the language Trump speaks. She is trying to manipulate Trump, essentially. But Trump, this morning, scorned her and said she does not command enough respect in her country.
Yeah, sorry. Donald Trump looked at your resume and he's like, is that a woman? Yeah, we can't have a woman. They're very emotional. Can't have that. None of the Groypers were like him. Nick Fuentes says, do not touch the women. It makes you gay. My good friend Nick Fuentes, he says Hitler is great. He says women not so much. They make you gay.
Here's the reality, from what I understand. Machado would be 10 times, 100 times better than the worst day in the Maduro regime. He was that much of a shitty, despicable human being, and she at least wants to uphold some semblance of human rights and human dignity. But at the same time, having a far-right leader who just sells out Venezuela to the United States as a vassal state isn't the best long-term solution for the people of Venezuela. In fact, that doesn't really solve the quality of life issues that were caused by...
Also, she looks fucking psycho. Let's just be honest. Look, I know that I was just talking about how you got to support the ladies and everything like that, but also there's a couple you shouldn't, okay? I'm not saying all the ladies should be supported, okay? There's crazy ones. And that lady looked crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just because Adam Mockler froze it right there. I mean, he didn't do her any favors or anything, but she's got definitely some fucking Joker shit going on. That's all I'm saying. This woman looks like she's an arch villain. She looks like she's going to fucking, make off with some small children and, tie them up in an ammunitions factory and then set like a really long timer that's going to allow Batman to get there and stop them from blowing up with like 12 seconds left on it. That's all I'm saying. It's not misogyny, it's just facts.
The Maduro regime in the first place. Here's a really simple graph just to show you what I've been trying to illustrate. Step 1, a Republican gets elected. Then, pointless war. We are here. We are at that spot right now. Then, the economy crashes. You know what? You could even add a part right here where the Democrat then takes power and gets blamed for the economic crash. Many such cases. But then guess what? The Republican president gets elected as the economy is reverting back to the norm, and then they get the credit for that somehow. We are seeing this play out once again. Let me loop back around to this Wall Street Journal article that describes how business leaders and executives are now going to be taking trips to Venezuela. Some on Wall Street are already considering possible investment opportunities in Venezuela following the capture of Nicolas Maduro, according to Charles Myers, chairman of the consulting.
The irony of the fact that a bunch of Wall Street dudes high as fuck on cocaine are right now sitting there going, man, all right, who's going, Jeff? Jeff, you get the plane ticket. Jeff knows some dudes in Venezuela. Jeff, you're going? Yeah, you're going. Yeah, I got the cocaine, bro. Like, fucking, you get on the flight. I will see you there, brother. I will see you there. Like, the irony of a bunch of dudes that are probably high as fuck on cocaine right now going over to Venezuela to scout some opportunities because Donald Trump said that he was stopping cocaine from coming into America and killing 97% of all of the people that have died. They didn't die because of me. I stopped it. I took it down. The irony.
Firm Signum Global Advisors and a former head of investment advisory firm Evercore, Meyer said in an interview he is planning a trip to Venezuela with officials from top hedge funds and asset managers to determine whether there are investment prospects in the country under new leadership. The trip will feature
just a bunch of rich-ass white people walking around looking at places in Venezuela going, we should buy that. We should buy that. It's like, it's modern colonization. Jesus
20
Christ.
Officials from the finance, energy, and defense sectors, among others. This is like poking at the body while it's still warm. Dude, we haven't even initiated the full regime change, which is crazy to say. We shouldn't be changing any regimes, but One of my friends who is into political analysis and foreign policy was telling me the 24 to 48 hours after a leader leaves is the most key section. It's kind of like a murder investigation. You have like 72 hours to successfully carry it out, or else you are cooked. You are done for. So in the following 12 to 24 to 48 hours after Maduro's capture, we should be trying as hard as possible to at least clean things up and put people on a steady track with a steady hand. Instead, we already have business leaders, capitalist.
But, Adam, what about the oil? Like, I mean, I know you're talking about, like, humans and their rights and all that stuff, but what about all that oil, though? Like, that's actually what's important. Once we deal with the oil, we'll start trying to deal with human rights, but for now, we start with oil.
Maxers getting ready to travel over to Venezuela. The trip will feature about 20 officials. The tentative plan is for the group to travel to Venezuela in March and meet with the new government, including the new president, finance minister, energy minister, economy minister, head of the central bank, and Caracas Stock Exchange. And if this feels icky to you for some reason, it's because it is. Donald Trump is doing this under the veil of protecting American interests for drugs. You know, honestly, every single Republican has gone on TV today and given different answers. Trump at one point admitted this was for oil, but then Marco Rubio came after and said this was actually to stop the drug flow. But then Pete Hegseth says this is actually because Maduro is terrible, and then Marco Rubio backs that up. They have given 10 different reasons, but you know, business leaders aren't confused. Republicans may be confused on TV on a daily basis, but the business leaders, they know exactly what they need to be doing.
Dude, Republicans aren't confused either. I love Adam. Adam's a good kid. And a lot of times he does the right thing and says the right words. But Republicans, they're not stupid. They're gullible, aggressively gullible. They will 100% make up reasons for why their actions are okay. They're fucking extremely manipulative. Yeah, all of those things conservatives are, but the one thing I don't think conservatives are unaware. I think conservatives know exactly what's going on here. They approve of what's going on here, and they know that there's a couple morons in their party that fell for the Maha shit or fell for the anti-war shit. Because like I said, a lot of the Trump stuff is actually this weird amalgamation of just the hate and fear of both parties, right? All the Trump shit comes from your anti-vax left, your anti-big government left, your Bernie bros that felt like Bernie got a raw deal, and then when Bernie endorsed Hillary and Biden, that he betrayed them. And then you've got the right, which just hates anything that isn't a white male. And they just combined all those people, right? So Republicans know, I think at this point, that they have to come up with some excuses for why the left-wing people that went to MAGA because of the vax mandates or whatever the fuck you want to talk about, or the Bernie bros that just want to see the world burn, pun intended, because Bernie betrayed them, or the RFK people that just wanted to see RFK get into some position of power at all because they hoped that he would get rid of Red Dye 40. Meanwhile, the dude is drinking blue dye, which is weird. But anyways, they need to have excuses for those people. But any real Republican, any real conservative right now knows exactly what's fucking going on, and they 100% stand for it. They always have, and they always will. This is nothing new for Republicans.
In this moment, here's Trump telling us the reason for this invasion before it happened months ago.
But we're buying oil from Venezuela. When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this?
Which we're not. Venezuela has their capacity for producing oil is really, really bad. So they have the largest amount of oil reserves, but their ability to produce it is actually like, I think they're like 21st or 27th in the world for production. Like, we weren't making anybody wealthy by buying any, like, we do not purchase that much Venezuelan oil.
Nobody can believe it.
They really thought we weren't going to see this. I don't know why he went into Venezuela. There it is.
Now, that is a clip from before we captured Maduro. That was from a few months ago, but Trump has had this plan for a while. I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, so let's just kind of go over. Let's go over the three different points of view that we have here. We had James Carville saying this is all just distraction from the Epstein files, right? And then we had Kirchner saying, you know, this is for the oil. This is obviously what they're doing it for. And now you have Adam Mockler talking about the fact that, you know, they're doing it for the fact that these, you know, rich business oil tycoons are going over there to privatize and take over Venezuelan oil production, right? So from those points of views, every single one of them is right. Every one of them. Because, to be honest, these are all the reasons that they're doing it. The main reason is oil. But, you know, whether or not it's a distraction from the Epstein files and Trump even gives a shit about distracting you from the Epstein files, it's still a distraction. You know, whether or not it's imperialism and it's just, you know, rich oligarchs throwing their weight around and, you know, showing everybody how big their dicks are and how they can go and take anybody's resources if they want them, I think that's part of it too. I think all of that can be true, and I don't think it needs to be focused on like one thing. I think that every one of these people and their points of view on this in some way are correct. So, like, all in all, it's just bad. This isn't the precedent that the United States of America should be setting. When Trump came into office, I didn't believe that Trump would do anything good. I was right about that. But many people that voted for Trump thought that he was going to be anti-war. That's obviously bullshit. Many people thought that Trump would be isolationist and not a globalist. That's obviously bullshit. He's taken on, 10% of Intel stock. People thought that he would do something like that. They said that would be communist. If Joe Biden did that or Barack Obama did that, they would be communist. But he did that. Donald Trump does whatever is best for Donald Trump. Whatever most improves Donald Trump's position, whether it be financially or through status and connections, is what Donald Trump is going to do, and it doesn't really matter why. Because the why can change day to day just based off of Donald Trump's moods or what he feels is the most important. I also think it's also an excuse to repatriate Venezuelans, which is why Miller was there. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. A reason to be able to send him back. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to do. We haven't been doing this, and I wanted to do this because we haven't been doing this. Well, I haven't been streaming, so I haven't had time to be doing this. But I wanted to watch one more funny video with you guys, and 22 minutes. The videos from 22 minutes have been absolutely amazing, and I've really enjoyed doing that. We built the Angry Ginger Funny Clips channel to, I think, like 935 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the Angry Ginger Funny Live Clips channel, please do so. We're almost at 1,000, which would make our third channel with over 1,000 subscribers on it, and that'd be super dope. But for now, let's watch a funny video. Let's watch this video from 22 minutes, and it is the White House press secretary gets real, and it's a KKK Carolyn Levitt video, and I don't ever watch these beforehand, so here we go. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you haven't subscribed to 22 Minutes or Trent McClellan or any of the other cool people from the 22 Minutes show, you should, because these guys are super duper funny. So here we go.
Okay, you friggin' vultures. What dumbass questions do you have for me today? And remember, you're lucky we're even letting you ask questions.
Spot on.
Is the president using the justice system for his own personal vendettas against the Democrats?
Okay.
Oh! If only our reporters actually ask questions like this. It's too bad our reporters now are like fucking all right-wing conservative influencers like Tim Pool. Yeah, that's probably the problem.
First of all, fix your tone. Second of all, if the president hates someone, you should hate them too. That's how this...
Yee, that's going to be a lot of people. That's a lot of hate.
Works. Okay? Like, for example, the president hates you. And honestly, given all the attitude you just gave me, same. Next question.
The president says he will.
Wait, didn't fucking Carolyn Levitt tell a your mom joke? Didn't somebody say who told the president that he could do that? And her or somebody who's Pete Hegseth said your mom. This is idiocracy.
Will release the Epstein files, but critics are concerned that the documents will be heavily redacted.
If you were in the Epstein files, wouldn't you want them redacted too? Seriously, what kind of woke rat brain question was that? Embarrassing. Next.
Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Oh, man. If only Carolyn Levitt actually was like this.
Will the president be apologizing for calling a reporter piggy?
Would you all rather he say stuff like that behind your backs?
I think we'd all rather you not say that kind of stuff at all.
Oh, really? I guess you also hope that he does the things that he says he's gonna do? I mean, like, grow up, piss brains.
Please don't call me
That's what you sound like. It's embarrassing. Grow up, loser, and what?
Bro, you know how sad it is that we're not that far from this shit, dude. Like this, like we're laughing. But goddamn, dude, this is the kind of shit that gets me in trouble because this makes me sound like I'm like a conspiracy theorist or I'm like fucking overly dramatic but dude, I shit you not. We are not far away from this actually being a reality. Like, this is all funny until like this shit, like Trump called a reporter piggy, called another reporter ugly. Like, this is satire, but it's not, you know? And like I said, people will be like, oh, you're exaggerating. It's not that bad. No, it's not that bad, but it's pretty fucking close. And the dumber American society gets, the more likely that something like this will become acceptable.
While you're at it, why don't you take a shower? Because everyone here says you stink.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't. Next. Do you think saying that Democrats should be hung could incite violence?
Oh my God. It's like you can't even threaten people with death anymore. Seriously, everyone, lighten up.
Could you elaborate on that?
Do you want to die? Do you? I'm kidding. Or am I?
Dude, that cross ain't big enough. That's one thing. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm sorry, but I have to criticize. That cross isn't big enough. That cross needs to be bigger.
Last cue, and hurry up.
After a long day of gaslighting and spinning the truth to fit your narrative, how do you live with yourself?
I'm very pretty.
Carolyn Levitt isn't even that good looking, to be honest with you. Just saying. Wow, that's really spot on, though. God, it's too close for the truth. Oh, my God, we're so cooked. All right. That's enough. All right, guys. Well, like I said, I was inspired by my child going off to play Fortnite and my wife hitting me up and talking to me about Maduro this morning and going over these things. And so I wanted to hop on here and stream. I'm going to stream anytime that I have a chance to stream. So there's probably not going to be a schedule moving forward for the time being until I work out what I have to work out, because I have to keep working on me, and I've got to keep working on the things that go on in my personal life and trying to increase the likelihood of the best positive outcome for everybody involved. So I really appreciate all you guys that have hung out with me and stuck with me throughout all of this stuff. And, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that comes on when my notifications go out. Like, that's just, it really is. It's super dope that you guys are still around and still keeping me in your thoughts. And there's a lot of other crazy shit right now going on that you could be thinking about. So I appreciate when you guys show up and keep the chat moving. So thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you guys. And the next time that I'll be on will be probably the next time that I have some time. Remember, guys, PSA for you. Family first. Always family first. Exactly, Dark Cash. Always family first, guys. You can't take care of... Here's something I'll say. You can't take care of others until you take care of yourself. If you haven't taken care of yourself, spend some time. Work on you. Love yourself. Get yourself to a point where you deserve the love and appreciation of those around you, and that way you can help to take care of them. So do the good thing. Let's be the good example, because God damn it, we need it in this country right now. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I will